Hi everyone, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. And for today's flow we're going to be going through a yoga practice for stress. So often when we're stressed, some of us might hold high levels of cortisol in our bodies, which is a hormone. So today's practice aims to alleviate some of those tensions or stresses that we might hold in our bodies when we're in elevated levels of stress. So when you're ready and feeling comfortable, just come into a comfortable seated position on your mat or on a flat surface. And we're just going to rest our hands in our lap, so palms facing down, and just growing tall through the spine as much as you can. And give yourself a few moments to settle into your space, closing off the eyes or softening the gaze. Bringing all your awareness to you, your mind and your body. Just begin to notice how you're feeling. There's no right or wrong answer. Just making an observation. And before we begin, we're going to take 3 releasing breaths. So we're going to inhale fully through our nose, bringing the breath into the abdominal region. If you like, you can place the hands on the belly to feel that expansion as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in towards the spine. And maybe make the exhale a big sigh of relief through the mouth. So when you're ready, inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and one more inhale and exhale fully. And just keeping the hands on the belly for a moment. We're just going to start to become aware of the breath. And throughout this practice, we're going to be using abdominal breathing. So we're going to be using this as it releases tension and stress. By using this pranayama, we can also reduce inflammation in the abdominal region that might be caused by the high cortisol levels in your body. So again, just like we were doing, deep inhales and exhales into the abdomen. Really expanding through the belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, breathing all the way in and drawing the belly towards the spine. As you're inhaling, just imagining freeing up space in the belly, especially the lower belly area. And as you exhale, just releasing. Take one more breath. And then slowly start to open up your eyes. And this is the breath that we're going to be using throughout our practice today. So anytime you find your mind wandering off to another place, just coming back to this abdominal breathing and really trying to free up as much space as you can in this region. So we're going to begin by taking a wide-legged Balasana. So this asana essentially deactivates the stress response in our bodies. So we're going to take a wide-legged knee position, and we're going to bring the big toes together behind us. If they're not touching, that's fine, but just as close together as they'll go. And if you have a bolster or a cushion, just bringing that out in front of you, just inhaling here And then exhale, drawing the arms in front of you, folding all the way forwards onto the bolster or the ground. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths, again using that abdominal breathing that we've just practiced. And slowly, when you're ready, coming out of this position and removing the bolster or the cushion. Then we're going to start to make our way into a tabletop position. So stacking the hands directly underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart, and the knees directly underneath the hips, hips width apart. Just really grounding down through the palms of the hands and making sure that they're nice and firm on the ground. Spreading out through the fingers, and we're going to come into Majayasana, Bittilasana, or cat-cows as you might know them. So inhaling and taking the head all the way up, and then exhaling as you push the ground away from you, rounding the spine. Drishti or gaze is towards the navel, and inhale all the way up. So we want to be taking slow and gentle movements here, there's no rush. Inhale up. And exhale all the way under. Inhale up. And exhale under. And then as you come up this time, just taking a pause here, breathing into the lower back. Take a few breaths. Good, exhale all the way under. And then again, taking a pause here as you breathe into the top of the spine, the thoracic spine area, for a few breaths. Good, and then slowly bringing yourself back to a flat back. And take the hands slightly out in front of you. Going to tuck the toes under and come into Ardha Mukha Shavasana, your downward facing dog. Just pedaling out through the legs, bending one knee at a time. And then coming into stillness for a few breaths. Good, slowly start to make your way to the top of the mat. And then you're going to inhale to a halfway lift and exhale forward fold to Uttanasana. We're going to stay in Uttanasana for 10 breaths. So take a big bend in the knees if you need to, and just shifting the weight towards the front of the feet as much as you can. Lifting the hips up towards the sky. And breathing here. No pressure to have straight legs. My hamstrings are actually really tight at the moment, so I'm going to have a slight bend in the knees too. Good. Slowly from here, make your way all the way up to standing. And then we're going to take a step out with our left foot. So we're going to face the side of the mat, keeping the right foot towards the front of the mat. And just coming into a wide-legged stance. So you're going to take a bend in the right knee and then take the arms all the way out to Virabhadrasana 2 or your Warrior 2 pose. Just making sure the arms are nice in line, in one line. And gazing towards the middle finger on the right hand. Take 5 breaths here. Good, and then slowly straighten out through that right leg. You're going to take a big step towards the front of the mat. Come to standing with the feet as close together as you can. And then you're going to take that same leg, so the right leg, the right sole of the foot, up to the inner thigh of the left leg. And if it doesn't reach there, just placing it on the inside of the left shin or the left ankle. So wherever you are, just placing that foot wherever feels comfortable. And then inhaling and taking the arms all the way up, bringing the palms together in Anjali Mudra. And we're going to take 5 breaths here in Vrikshasana. Good. Slowly start to come all the way out of the asana. Bring that foot down. And then inhale as you take the arms all the way up, bringing the palms together. Exhale, start to forward fold to Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Place the hands down and step back. Exhaling down through Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. And exhale, Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Take a breath. And then slowly start to walk your way towards the top of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. And taking 5 breaths in Uttanasana. Good, and then you're slowly going to come all the way up. And then this time you're going to do Virabhadrasana on the other side. Right foot facing towards the side of the mat and the left foot towards the back. Inhale and taking the arms all the way out. And then exhale into that left knee. And coming into Virabhadrasana on this side for 5 breaths. Gazing towards that left middle finger. Good. Slowly start to make your way back towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to practice Vrikshasana or tree pose on the left side. So taking that left sole of the foot to wherever feels comfortable on that right leg, either the inner thigh, the inner shin, or the ankle. Finding your balance and finding something in front of you to focus on that's not going to move. Inhale, taking the arms up, bring the palms together. And take 5 breaths here. Good. Slowly start to take the hands down and release that foot, bringing the feet together. Inhale, take the arms up, bring the palms together. Exhale, come all the way down to Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then step it back to a high plank. Exhaling down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. And exhale back to Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Take a breath. And then you're going to drop your knees down to the floor. And now we're going to practice a asana called Viparita Karani. So finding yourself a wall, we're going to shift as close as we can towards the wall. So this is essentially called legs up the wall pose. And we're going to lay back all the way down onto our backs, coming as close to the wall as you can. So just shuffling forwards as much as you can. And then starting to walk your legs up the wall. If you need to shuffle forwards a bit more when the legs are up. So you want your legs to be nice and straight in one line, resting on the wall. Placing the hands on the belly, and you can either relax your feet or flex the toes towards you. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Good, and then when you're ready, slowly coming out of the posture, so you can roll over onto one side to do that. Then start to make your way into a comfortable seated position. So we're going to practice a pranayama called Brahmari Pranayama, or it translates loosely into humming bee breath. So this pranayama has the potential to lower your stress levels, high blood pressure, and also it helps with calming the mind. So just bringing the hands onto the lap, and we're going to take a few releasing breaths before we begin. So growing nice and tall through the spine, head reaching up to the sky as much as you can. Just close off the eyes, and then deep inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale, one more inhale, and exhale. And then slowly open up the eyes, and you can watch me practice this for a moment, but we're going to be taking our index fingers and closing off the flaps of our ears. So just gently pressing down on them and bringing your elbows out towards the sides. And then when you're practicing, you're going to have your eyes closed, but just for the sake of showing you how to practice, I'm going to keep them open for a moment. And you're going to take a deep inhale into the abdomen. And then as you exhale, you're going to make a humming sound. So you're going to be practicing like this. So we're going to do 2 rounds of this, and if you want to do more, you can pause the video and practice these rounds on your own. You can do 3 to 5 on your own. So essentially we're trying to make the exhales as long as we can while we're practicing this pranayama. So just placing the hands or the fingertip, sorry, of the index finger onto the flaps of the ears, sitting up nice and tall, closing off the eyes, and then inhale fully. Take a pause. Deep inhale and exhale. And then we're going to go for round 2. Inhale fully. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands, just rest them on the lap. Keep the eyes closed. Give yourself a moment to notice how you're feeling. Just allowing the breath to return to its natural state. And then slowly start to make your way into Shavasana. So just bringing a bolster underneath the knees or a cushion underneath the knees, or you can come into completely lying flat onto the ground. Arms out by the sides with the palms facing up, relaxing the entire body. So no longer altering the breath in any way. No longer worrying about the practice that we've just done or anything else. Just using the next 5 to 7 minutes to turn inwards. Lying completely still. In complete silence. So pause the video here for your Shavasana. And when you're ready, slowly start to awaken the body, circling the wrists and the ankles, moving the head from side to side, and then rolling over onto your right side. Take a moment here. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Inhale as you take the arms all the way up above you, bring the palms together. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Bow your head down to your heart. Thank yourself and your body for your practice. And thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice once again.